Hey there TRW crew, Matt Vassallo here with the RhinestoneWorld.com. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to customize a wristband. So I actually have a Nike wristband here that you can see stretches a lot. So what most people think off the start, and what I did, is I thought maybe I'll throw some heat transfer vinyl on it, I'll throw some Easyweed stretch because of the stretch of it, and that's going to make it kind of form with the actual wristband. But then I thought about it and I was like, okay, well, once my son or whoever puts on the wristband and it stretches, that Easyweed stretch with the custom number is going to get distorted, correct? So I thought, okay, so what can I use that might not distort the number when they put the wristband on? Because you can see the way Nike has it here, they have the embroidered Nike symbol, and when you stretch it, that Nike symbol stays the same. So my first thought was, hey, let's use some of our Siser brick material. So it's a material that doesn't stretch, but that's what I want in this case. So it's going to stay on my actual wristband here and look nice and not get distorted when it's on the wrist. And then the other thing I did to add a little something to it is I'm going to use some of our strip flock to give the flock feel kind of like the wristband has. So using two different materials, our Siser brick and our Siser strip flock, and give a two-color design with our white, kind of with the strip flock dropped right on top of it. So as you can see over here, we actually have our strip flock material and our brick material. So I'm actually going to weed it here for you as well, just to show you the process. So when I pull the brick off here, we're going to go ahead and weed. This is obviously the outside of our number 20 here, and let's get rid of our outside area here, and then we have a couple inside cavities right here that we need to pick out. We got the inside of the 20 right there, and then I think we have a little triangle here. Okay, and now we have the strip flock material. Again, very easy to weed. We cut this on our Roland GS24 vinyl cutter. So let's weed out the excess around the sides here, and then the inside of my 20 right here. So here's our two materials right here, and you can see when I layer these, they're going to layer perfectly on top of each other because our team colors are orange, white, and black, which is going to look pretty awesome on this wristband right here, okay? Now my other tools are obviously my TRW Magic Pick Tool. So this is our pick tool to weed. We got our pair of scissors, and then we have our TRW Magic Tape here to be able to hold it in place when we're doing the heat press side of it. Now I'm going to be at about 305, 310 degrees for the presses here. So my first one I'm going to press is the Siser brick material, which is a little bit thicker, requires a little bit more time involved in it, and then we're going to layer our strip flock right on top of the brick. Alright, so we're over here at our heat press. Let's go ahead and move my cover sheet out of the way here. And the first one, now what I'm going to do, as you can see, I got my Nike symbol on this side. Obviously we're not going to press it right on top of that. I'm going to press it on the back side so the 20 is showing, and then underneath it'll show the Nike symbol. So I just need to make sure to match them up so the 20 is facing the same way as the Nike. So I got that there. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure this stays in place. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my heat tape here. And I don't want this to move around. So I got my Nike symbol lined up good. I'm going to do a quick little pre-press. And again, I'm at about 310 degrees. I did about a 2 to 3 second pre-press there. Now I'm going to drop my number 20 right on top here. My heat tape is going to allow, it can withstand the heat of the heat press. So that's going to keep it in place right there. So for this first press, I'm actually going to go down here for about 15 to 20 seconds, okay? Alright, so once that comes up, I know that it's obviously a little hot right now. I can press it against a wall, anything I want, just to kind of pull a little bit of that heat out, okay? So it can vary depending on your wristband as far as your temperature and your time there. So I'll know if it's good when I start to peel it off here, and I can see that it stayed on. So I'm good with that. There's my brick material right there for the first part of my 20. Now we're going to go with the second part of my 20 here. I'm just going to trim off my edges here a little bit. Grab another piece of heat tape. Go right along the edge like that. And let's get my 20 lined up here perfectly. That looks pretty awesome to me. What do you think? And now we're going to go ahead and press this down for about 15 seconds on this one. So the cool thing about the brick materials, we can layer a Easyweed or a strip flock or any of these others right on top of the brick material. So again, I'm about 310 degrees for about 15 seconds. That's going to pop up there for me. Just going to turn it over again, just pulling a little bit of the heat out of it. And then we'll peel from the edge here. Make sure that everything is staying down. So as I slowly peel from my edge here, I can see that my 20 is looking good there. I can peel this side up. Now you can see with these wristbands, these aren't the wristbands that have like the real long kind of thread on it, okay? So it is kind of a shorter, kind of matted thread. All right, so everything looks pretty awesome there. And then this is what I call my insurance press. So I'm going to use my cover sheet on this one. And now I'm going to drop it down for about another 10 seconds here, okay? And this is basically just some insurance. Make sure that material is on there good. Make sure as it stretches and everything that it keeps that form and stays on my material. All right, pop that up there. And there we go. We got ourselves a finished wristband. Now here's what's really cool about it. Watch. When I stretch it, see how the 20 isn't affected at all? And the reason why is because that brick material is thicker. So it's almost like the embroidery of the Nike symbol here. It keeps the form of that 20 so it looks really good on the wristband. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this video on creating some custom wristbands here. You can see how awesome this looks right here. Something that's very easy to do with your vinyl cutter and your heat press to give your customers a new product to sell. So again, very awesome, very easy to customize. We used the Siser brick and the Siser strip flock heat transfer vinyl and just a pair of standard Nike wristbands that we customized the custom number 20 on. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you get some sales and increases your product line for your customers with some cool ideas. But if you have any questions, just make sure to give us a call. Number's 941-755-1696. This is Matt with the rhinestoneworld.com. You guys have a great day.